Top best foods to keep clear your liver and keep it healthy. In this video, we're going to discuss acetic acid. We'll discuss the myths versus the facts. First of all, here's a myth: apple cider vinegar contains a lot of nutrients. It doesn't. It has a lot fewer vitamins than you think. It has a lot fewer minerals than you think. It has acetic acid, which is an acid. What I'm getting at is that the body becomes alkaline. And that is totally against popular beliefs. Because people's bodies, although it is alkaline, is too alkaline for the majority of people's bodies. That is completely against the conventional thinking. However, this is not true for everyone. When it comes to pH, you need to understand that every part of the body has a distinct pH. If someone says you're too acidic, that is not accurate. You have to consider all of the various parts of the body. The pH of the urine, saliva, and blood are really the best indicators of pH in the body. But removing the blood from the body before testing is extremely costly, so it's impossible to determine pH accurately. You must consider the symptoms to determine if someone is having acidosis. You should know what's wrong with alkalosis. And also what's happening to you. Once you know that, you will be able to identify the symptoms. When we speak of pH in the blood, most individuals have an overly alkaline pH. Apple cider vinegar is very effective when it comes to pH changes, because it adjusts it. If you alter your body's pH just a little bit, you can produce significant changes in terms of mineral absorption, enzyme activity, thyroid stimulation, metabolism, all these things. Acetic acid is a great acid to start with. It has a pH of 2.5, that is comparable to stomach acid. Furthermore, coincidentally, acid reflux, heartburn, acid reflux. That is a condition where your stomach is excessively soluble. Also, the valve on top doesn't close. Also, I realize individuals say it's an excessive amount of corrosive. No, it's not. On the off chance that you have indigestion or acid reflux, truth be told, simply take some apple juice vinegar. What's more, perceive how much better you feel. All in all, you'll feel awesome, since the valve will begin shutting on the top. Furthermore, the corrosive won't begin disgorging up through that valve. So it's great for GERD, heartburn, acid reflux, alright? Also, as you age, particularly beyond 50, 60, 70 years old, your pH in your stomach begins going lower. It goes increasingly high and higher. So it turns out to be increasingly antacid. So you want more corrosive as you age, to have the option to process protein and retain minerals. Since, in such a case that your pH is excessively soluble, which the vast majority definitely dislike an excessive amount of basic. They can't ingest calcium. They can't assimilate minerals like they used to. So what occurs, particularly with calcium, is calcium fires developing in the delicate tissues, all through the body. So you have the delicate tissue calcification. When it's all said and done, you see individuals that are progressing in years. They're getting firm. They have joint inflammation, bursitis. They get calcium creating on the eyes as waterfalls, on the joints as joint inflammation, on the nerves as neuritis, on the kidney as kidney stones, on the gallbladder as gallstones, on the teeth as tartar. That could emerge out of a pH issue. It's an alkalosis. It's foundational alkalosis, which is your entire body is excessively soluble. Something that I like to do too, is ensure they're taking the fat dissolvable nutrients to move that calcium out, similar to vitamin D and K2. Be that as it may, in this video, we will discuss the pH piece of this thing. Presently, what causes this basic state? It has to do with this in this book. It's classified, SIBA Encyclopedia of Endocrinology. Volume 4, Frank Netter, MD. This is one of the primary books that is utilized in clinical schools. What's more, it's an extraordinary physiology book to assist you with getting a portion of current realities in how the body functions. So here, assuming you look on the page, that discussions about high cortisol. That is the pressure chemical. High pressure, high cortisol, causes alkalosis. It makes your body excessively basic. So except if you don't live on planet Earth, you probably won't have this issue. Yet, a great many people I realize live on planet Earth. They have a ton of stress. Their bodies become too antacid over the long haul. The most exceedingly terrible thing you could do is begin drinking antacid waters. Presently it's alright to hydrate, that is now basic. Yet, don't attempt to alkalize it to an 8 or a 9. Since you will exacerbate your body. And afterward you will not have the option to retain calcium. Also, that's what things like. So with adrenal, similar to stress and high cortisol, you become excessively antacid. Also, you lose this easily overlooked detail called H in addition to. Because assuming you've at any point taken calcium, I'm heartbroken, science. You'll see that H in addition to is a corrosive. So as such, the adrenal makes you lose corrosive through the P and become excessively antacid. So here's every one of the impacts that pressure can make. A basic body, which then, at that point, blocks calcium. So you have this calcium that stops up everything. However, it's inaccessible to you. So you begin getting the jerk on the left eye. You at any point notice when individuals get pushed, they begin jerking? Do you have any idea about why that is? Since it changes the pH. Furthermore, the individual can't ingest calcium. So then, at that point, this is a lack of calcium. So you could take calcium. There's something wrong with in any case, on the off chance that the pH, it won't work. The best thing to do assuming you have that jerk is to drink apple juice vinegar. Blast, drop the pH to make more acidic. The calcium gets assembled, and the jerk disappears. Squeezing in the calf, apple juice vinegar, is the best thing to assemble the calcium. Furthermore, dispose of squeezing in your calves. Nerve torment, neuritis, particularly like relocating torment. With joint pain that perhaps it'll move from this joint to this joint to this joint. Goodness, my golly, give them a little apple juice vinegar. They are cheerful. So with stress, you become excessively basic. You lose corrosive, and you lose potassium. What's more, the main explanation I'm raising this potassium, which is some additional thing, is that soluble bodies will more often than not have a potassium misfortune. And afterward when you lose potassium, you really make the individual more antacid. So they sort of work together. Individuals say, all things considered, drink apple juice vinegar to build your potassium. That is not what will do it. Apple juice vinegar will assist with expanding your potassium, since you'll quit losing the potassium. Furthermore, you'll make the body more acidic and like it ought to be. Thus that will help the potassium. What's more, simply ponder, check this out. Potassium inadequacy, hypertension, obstruction, sensation of shortcoming, exhaustion, unpredictable pulses. At the point when you hear these cases about apple juice vinegar, relieving this multitude of various things, hypertension, obstruction, shortcoming, sporadic pulses. This is a direct result of the maintenance of the potassium, since the chain response that happens subsequent to getting the pH in a right level. Individuals that drink a ton of protein drinks, or on the other hand they eat a lot of protein, supposed to do the Atkins diet, or on the other hand they're doing this high protein diet. What occurs, there's the loss from that protein. It's called guanidine. It's a compound. Incredibly, extremely, basic, alright? Thus that can cause jerking, nerve torment. Furthermore, a ton of joint inflammation, alright? In any event, when you truly do like the ketosis diet, furthermore, you're doing more protein, you might feel solid. You could feel more joint. Drink some apple juice vinegar. It flushes your liver so pleasantly and keep it healthy. So apple juice vinegar is the counteractant to the buildup of high protein. Or then again a lot of protein for your liver and your body. So it's a great chemical. So this corrosive, apple juice vinegar, ingests minerals, activates calcium, assists you with processing protein better without the waste. It helps the safe framework. Also, that is the last thing I want to discuss. You've heard that individuals will take L-ascorbic acid for a cool, right, or for an infection disease. It's not the L-ascorbic acid essentially that is making the large impact. Since a great many people aren't in any event taking L-ascorbic acid. They're taking a L-ascorbic acid clone. Or on the other hand a phony L-ascorbic acid called ascorbic corrosive. Which isn't exactly the genuine L-ascorbic acid complex. Because you can make engineered L-ascorbic acid from ascorbic corrosive and cornstarch. Indeed corn, first of all, has no L-ascorbic acid. Cornstarch has no L-ascorbic acid. Ascorbic corrosive has no L-ascorbic acid. How might you take two things that don't have L-ascorbic acid? Also, combine them as one and make ascorbic corrosive. What's more, feel that as L-ascorbic acid. It's phony. The genuine advantage of L-ascorbic acid, or ascorbic corrosive, is the corrosive. You'd be greatly improved taking the acidic corrosive to help your insusceptible framework. On the off chance that you get a cold, in the event that you have a fever, a viral contamination, begin taking the apple juice vinegar. It's ridiculously significant. So these are the genuine advantages of apple juice vinegar. Since it ferments a basic body. So in the following area, I'm about to show you a little blend that I make. What's more, I drink consistently. Okay, so let me tell you the best way to make this. It's known as the cranberry drink. It ought to be known as the apple juice vinegar drink. Extremely straightforward. Furthermore, you truly ought to attempt this, since it will assist you with getting in shape. On the off chance that you drank one of these before you ate 3 times each day, you would lose much more weight, since it animates the thyroid and ferments the stomach. The main thing that I would suggest, on the off chance that you have an exceptionally inability to burn calories, is you may want to overlook the cranberry juice. So you get the Bragg's apple juice vinegar. I like this the best. Also, basically teaspoon in some water. All things considered, do 2 teaspoons in the water before every feast. What's more, certain individuals say don't polish off water before a supper. However, this is a corrosive beverage, so it will assist with tolerating acids. Yet, look at this. This is my number 1 lemon juice. Italian volcano lemon juice, so natural lemon juice. Furthermore, this stuff is otherworldly. It's awesome. Furthermore, you get it from the well-being store. It's developed on these dirts, where the volcanic debris treat the dirt. So you simply do a teaspoon of this lemon here. You don't need to utilize this lemon juice. You can utilize other lemon juice. You could utilize lemons. I like that lemon juice because I'm ruined. Cranberry juice. Ensure you read the back name. What's more, it simply comes from entire cranberries. Because certain individuals get the one that has additional grape juice or squeezed apple. You don't need that. Simply do a teaspoon of this. Also, fundamentally, this is your beverage. Presently I like to. What's more, this is simply me. You don't have to do this. You can add some ginger. What's more, there's some ginger root that you can shred in there. What's more, it makes it somewhat fiery. I fundamentally have this ginger concentrate that you can get. It's a fluid structure. It resembles ginger juice. What's more, you put somewhat ginger. It's genuine hot. There's a ton of extraordinary properties. It's an excellent tonic. Once more, on the off chance that you can't handle the taste, odds are good that you most likely don't require it, alright? However, I truly need you to attempt this genuine basic beverage not long before you eat. Also, see how much better you feel, alright? To learn more, click on the description below, subscribe, like and share this